Footbags. Live from the depths. And that means Pop-Tarts.
How much are those bees? They're free.
Footbags in the place. Upstate New York. Let's go. Upstate New York. All right. Segue. It's broken the hell down. If anybody's curious, that's from a YouTube slice. Now let's get into the depths.
What made you forget that I was
Footbags. Bags. Make the wacky wall go. How's everybody doing? Welcome to my basement of horrors. I'm just kidding. This is the depths. Welcome to the depths. My name's Footbags. I'm going to say that at least 7 more times, probably within the next 5 minutes. Here's one of them. My name is Footbags. This is Footbags live from the depths. This week on Footbags live from the depths. First of all, let's talk for a hot second about last week on Footbags live from the depths. I want to start doing this thing, and we started it last week. I should be saying now I'd like to continue doing this thing where each week we'll take either an instrumental or a beat or check out the works of a producer, something, before we just kind of melt into weird digital reverb, the audio equivalent of what you're looking at there. So last week we were listening to some DJ Muggs, specifically the Insane in the Brain instrumental and the Jump Around instrumental. And just, those are some of my top picks for, if there was a list of 100 or 50 some greatest hip-hop instrumentals to one's personal taste, those two would be on that top list. Not at number, probably not number 1. Well, Insane in the Brains, that's like, it'd be in the top 10 for sure. Hands down. So we're going to continue with this type thing. Oh, yeah, we should we should be referring to it as, but what about the beats?
What about the beats? The beats.
The beats.
So this week we are going to be checking out Case of the PTA by Leaders of the New School. Came out in 1991. What the hell was the record called? I had it up here a second ago. I didn't have this record at the time. Back in 1991, me being from like rural southern Ontario, Canada, did not have the most abundant sources of getting rap music at the time. I was getting these tapes and LPs from Columbia Record House because it would make it to my house. And then I remember there was like one record store in the mall in town kind of thing. But I had Cypress Hill, I had Public Enemy, I had Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, I had DOS Effects, I had like there was lots of stuff that I could get my filthy mitts on. Leaders of the New School was not one of them. I would see them on Arsenio. I was watching Arsenio at the time. Came in on our spin around TV antenna, real staticky, but I was allowed to stay up late and watch Arsenio. So I got to see Leaders of the New School, Tribe Called Quest, Naughty by Nature. I guess you could get Naughty by Nature from Columbia Record House. Point being, at the time when this came out, it wasn't something I was listening to on the regular. This kind of stuff was on my radar. But due to geographical circumstances, I didn't have this at the time. So this is why I can't remember the name of the album that it's on. But either way, 1991 came out, produced by Cut Monitor Milo, who is part of Leaders of the New School. Now I was on their Wikipedia page. When I switched to it, the background is white, my face lights up. I wanted to look into him more to see, like, did he produce the entire record? Did he rhyme and produce? But it's not. It's mostly about when they blew up with Scenario and how they got in a battle for their name with another band. It's just not. I'm not being imbued with tons of information on Cut Monitor Milo. I know he produced for Leaders of the New School. When you look up what did he produce, it's that. He also goes by there's a couple other names too. Where did they go at? It was like Milo Da Dance, Milo in Da Dance. His real name is Sheldon Scott. I think DJ Milo. He also goes by. Either way, let's actually get into this beat and start listening to it and be like, why so good? Why come beat delicious? Yum. Now this one bobs along at a nice pace, much like last week's Insane in the Brain and Jump Around, which was the style of the times, and you could bob your head to it. Well, kind of what I like the most about this one is the way it switches up its samples. There's like a main kind of piano sample that goes through, that kind of comes and goes through most of it. There's this classic hook and like the lead up into the hook and all this stuff, which we'll hear it. If you're familiar with the song, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. One thing I noticed, though, for each verse that goes by, I'm pretty sure that each one starts with like a nice, playful, lots of major chords, happy sounding piano samples. I'm pretty sure they're all from the same song. I was looking it up earlier. And then at the end of each verse, before it kind of kicks back into the hook, each one switches. The beat will break down, the pianos go away, and it'll just be an upright bass sample, which is not in major keys and is happy, bouncy sounding. It's like more low down, dirty sounding. And that kind of play within each, I think there's 3 verses. Within each one is very interesting. It also starts, the whole thing starts with this big like horn, fanfare, kicks it off and like, whoa! They do a very good job of just getting you hype right off the bat. And then it comes in with the refrain, the chorus, like the hook with the little. It's got this drum break. You'll hear it in a second. Also, fair warning: the only instrumental I could find of this also has the intro and outro vocals, because they're just kind of, talking, saying, yelling stuff. And during the verses, there's all the ad libs, or I guess like the backing tracks. So this would be the perfect thing for if you were going to want to hip hop karaoke this track. So let's run it through once. You'll hear what I'm talking about, how the way it switches up with the beats and the bass, pianos, and I'm pretty sure each verse, I think I already said this, has like a different cut from the same, like, bigger piano sample or from the same song. Let's go in. Here, let me turn this down in case it's insane. Oh, now it's not gonna play. Fantastic. My whole up. I would use, well, whether I was using the Echoplex looper or in earlier versions of FL Studio, because I also use FL Studio, I would use what was the plugin called? Wave Traveler, which was like a super rudimentary version of like some of the more like the Slice X and different plugins now, where you throw a sample in and you can just hit a button and it cuts to all the transients, and it's super. This was more like you put a sample in, and then for every key on your MIDI keyboard, you could basically take a slice from anywhere in the sample, map that out, and play your beats, play your samples, play whatever. So this one was clearly like a good bunch from the same. I actually have the sample track. I got it open somewhere. Yeah, it's by Dyke and the Blazers. This might be loud too.
Hey, fella!
That's too loud. Let me go back over here. Yo, Dewey drops in the house. Good to see you, my man. Glad you took the express elevator down to the depths this week. We're just breaking down this Case of the PTA instrumental by Leaders of the New School, and I'm just talking about why I like it. I think it's great. I think it's one of those ones where, like, if you grow up like I did back in the day listening to the rap music, it was the stuff like that really stuck with me, and influenced. It had its part. It pulled its strings in my own development of becoming a producer and beat maker and whatnot. And you strive to have those old school sounds in your stuff. Yeah, the kids these days, the rap music they talk about, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, sonny. My rap music had boom bap drums and a new jack swing. But I digress. This Leaders of the New School. I digress. Geez Louise, I unmuted my playback for a second. So, I also really enjoy, and I believe this is just part of their sampling source, but the upright bass, which was also featured in, I believe, both of the beats we were breaking down last week also had, I think it was live played upright bass. But I'm a fan of having the upright bass in your rap instrumentals. I think it really lends a good just punch to the guts when it comes to your bass element in your track. An upright bass, it gets the job done. It's nice and tubby and thumpy, oomphy, whatever words you want to use to describe it. And it's feature. I mean, most of the samples are from like jazz songs and stuff, so they're in there already to begin with, which is friggin' perfect. It's ideal. And cut with the drums, cut with that drum break in the hook with the piano, and them they came up with the line that fit perfectly. Let's just play this through one more time, and then we'll make samples. Was you take a full song, whatever, and I would just cut to the drum loops in whatever was already there. And even taking individual drum samples, one shots, whatever, or full bar loops, I would be cutting for the drums, but it's the full mix. I'm not taking a drum break with nothing else going on. You're getting that full chunk of the song during that duration of drum beat. So there'd be, and if you have different ones kind of cut and paste or triggered one after the other, the loops or the riffs or whatever of the instruments that are playing have those kind of drastic cuts, but they're all going to the same, they all got the same, beat in the background, the same rhythm kind of thing, which for the amount of different piano samples, and I mean it's the piano that sticks out. It's from a song. It's not just a piano sample. I've got them open here. The Mighty Quinn is the hook. I was listening to them earlier. I don't remember which one is which. The drums are from Dyke and the Blazers, but either way, cutting samples like that gives you all those variations, and I think in this beat in particular, they're just utilized to great effect. The way they're kind of brought out, nothing's stagnant. It changes up constantly. Not just the drum, like the drums kind of come in and out. I don't know if it's a drum machine or another sample or whatever that's kind of layered over the samples from the jazz song with the piano. But either way, fantastic job, Cut Monitor Milo, especially working with what you had available in 1990. Well, this was released in 1991. Who knows what he had when he was making it? It was like, is that even pre-MPC era? Was he working on like a ASR 10, some kind of Casio keyboard? Who knows? Maybe he was cutting tape. Might have been tape loops. Either way, fantastic beat. That's the one we were talking about this week. Case of the PTA by Leaders of the New School, which is just a great song. Busta Rhymes before he was out doing his own thing. Check it out. Oh, yeah, I forgot to, I'm sure you've noticed, but this is brand new this week, this little zoop, and it's going to come back down with something else. It's just all the socials. The YouTube, that's the Patreon. I don't think it's live yet, but that will be relevant very soon. The website, the YouTube, the Twitter, I'm pretty sure I even put the Twitch information in here, and if you're on this Cold Rhymes Twitch, you probably know how to get to this Cold Rhymes Twitch. But it's there. I had fun making that last week. So we broke down some Leaders of the New School. We listened to it a couple times. Let's get down into the depths now. Let's sink low. There's some mud down here, and if you sit in it long enough, you actually get a little bit lower. Figurative mud. There's no real mud in my basement.
Footbags.
That's me. All right, last week on Footbags Live from the Depths, after we were talking about this DJ Muggs beats, we made this. And I should mention, this is the bass noise with sweeping statics. We began this thing with this I took a drum beat and ran it through some distortion. It was all gnarly and nasty, and we had this bass going along with it, and I was like, you know what? This needs something not so gnarly and nasty. So we put this drum break on it. I ended up going back and deleting the first one to make more room for some more noises because I enjoyed it without the distortion better. If you want to hear what it sounds like, you can go back and watch last week's on the reruns, at least for another week. If you care what that distorted drum break sounded like. Yikes. That's my dog barks, which I want. They were way too loud. had more stuff. I promise it has more stuff. This track. This one's special. How this one came about. I was playing the Casio SK5 dog samples as I do. And I just started saying dogs with my mouth, not on the keyboard with my face. And I'm pretty sure I sampled it into the Casio SK5, me saying dogs. Ran it through some delays, probably some digital reverb, which is also the style of the times. And then I flipped the track back, or no, I didn't flip it backwards. I sampled myself saying dogs, and I turned the sample backwards on the SK5. That's when I added the delays, and then I recorded it. So when I recorded it, it sounded weird and it was backwards, but it was just weird noises. Then I went and turned this track backwards, and I was like, oh hey, now it just says dogs again. That's me saying dogs. And that's the story of that track. Let's keep it rolling on. We got a nice blank slate.
Footbags.
Is my name.
Footbags.
Is my game.
Footbags.
Is also my name. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you're all doing rad as hell and there are no bees in your roof. Here on Footbags Live from the Depths, we like to start off with the drums. And by we, I mean me. I like to start with drums. Do you also like to start with drums? When you make beats? I don't always start with drums. I just like it. It's easy that way. You know what your foundation is. You know what you're going to be building your house and or houseboat upon. If you build your houseboat on rock, it won't float away. But if you build your house in a lake, it's gonna suck. So what do you do? You start with drums, fool. Don't be a fool. Start with drums. Save that for later. Classic. That one just goes. Let's go back. Slow it down even more. I think we are... Yeah, there it is. It's like, why is everything so tinny sounding? I had the low end rolled right the hell off. Now it's back, but we're going to give it even more. Because if you thought if you thought it was tinny sounding, it's not as tinny, but I wanted beefier. I would like the beef, please, and thank you. Beef it up. The beef.
Footbags. Footbags.
Beef, please. Please with the beef. I was hoping we had it. There's a little click. Let's do that again. We can do better. We can do it. No problem. No problem. A couple weeks ago, I did one of these like, oh, no problem, whatever, I'll just leave it. It'll just be fine. And I've gone back and listened to it several times, and it bugs the hell out of me. Let's do it better. That's more like it. Close enough for jazz, as we say here in the industry. We don't say that at all. I like to say it here in the depths. 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 We are here. We are here. We are here. We made it. We made it. We made it. Welcome to the 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 depths. To the depths. To the depths. Let's double this drums up. Double this drums up. Double up this drum. Double up this drum. This drum. This drum. Not with this one. This is some J-Zone. If you produce beats and you don't pay full price for the J-Zone drum packs, then I suggest you should. They're freaking great. They're freaking great. What's our tempo? Got it. this tempo. I like this feel. I like these loops right here. Did I get it first try? Not close enough. Sausage fingers be praised. Sausage fingers don't fail me now. I got buttons to press. Let's turn it down over here, turn it up over there. I'm clipping like madness. I like things loud in my headphones, but I gotta remember we work up to it. Work up to loudness. Well, we should tempo match first. Close. Actually, I had to speed this one up more than the original pitch. Let's give it another notch. Close enough for jazz. Now let's give this one some sprinkles so they play nicely with each other, but if we want to switch back and forth, it's a cool dynamic. So what I'm thinking, let's listen to this one. It's a little sludgy, it's a little grimy. We dirted it up a bit. So maybe this one, let's play this one. Right now we're doing nothing to it. Let's give it some compression. Let's make it, you know how they want cars to purr like a kitten or whatever the saying is for cars? We want this one to like grunt like a bear. We want the kick drum to roar like a lion. At the end, that was almost the perfect, I'll just grab it right now. Hear that flam? We'll do it again, don't worry, it'll be great. It'll be great. perfect and I mean the loops aren't, you know, they're not solid as they could be. So I'm trying to catch it. I play it, and then the first time it comes around, I catch it. I gotta get it like right away. Or you know what I gotta do? I'll press record first. Friggin' smart guy in the house over here. Sometimes it pays to use your brain. Sometimes it doesn't, but you know, sometimes it do. Now we can do this. I think they play very nicely together. You know how some producers, musicians, whatever, they'll keep a piano, keyboard, whatever nearby to figure out the key they want to play in, or you know, to sketch chords, play this, whatever. Me, I use the dog barks on the Casio SK5 to determine, hey, I would like whatever else I do on top of these beats to kind of revolve around, what is that, A sharp? Yeah. So we're in A sharp today, my dudes. Dog barks have decreed A sharp is a winner. Now the first thing we should do,
Let's change it up. That A sharp ain't no A sharp no more.
Casio SK5, make some noise. Comes through in a pinch. He also has a lion. Laser gun. And a set of bongos. Everybody. name is Footbags. You're in the depths. You're in the depths. Get on here. Flurry of Footbags faces. We got bass faces. Fine. Keep the bees out of your room. Unless your room is specifically made for bees. If it is, carry on. Carry on as you were. Enjoy your bees. Trying to get this close to a A-sharp. Now, we put that in the SK5. Let's take a pause. Just for a hot second for that, so I can hear what this actually sounds like. Turn off your delays. It's gonna be bass. We don't want them delays. Have that pretty close. Close enough for jazz, as we like to say here in the depths. All right, now we can take that. Now that we've taken this nice sound and turned it into this 8-bit sound, we can dirt it up a half notch. that's better or absolute horse trash. Sound like hot farts. I think this that we just recorded is not it's not fine tuned to concert pitch A440 or nothing like that. Whereas this is. It is. What if yeah, can't hear me when that's on. That's supposed to that's an effect on the 505 here that's supposed to make your guitar sound like a bass. You
tell me, do I sound like a bass now? Is that what's happening? It doesn't sound that way to me. It's pretty farty.
It just kind of sounds like farts. So that
this is guitar to bass.
As opposed to, because we also have there's a transpose. Can we go down it?
Can we go down a full octave? Yep, we can. So this is supposedly the same thing.
You tell me. Does that sound the same? And then there's the one I was trying first is the actual octave effect. If you turn it on, this is supposed to be one octave down, and then you can add a second octave down. So we can go 2 octaves down, or both 1 octave and 2 octaves down. But as you can hear, they're kind of trash. They're kind of not. They're not the best. I'm sure they have their applications where they shine. Don't get me wrong. This is just not one of them. Feeding it dirt nasty tones from an SK5 to try and get some more rumble out of it. Well, maybe I'll do that. Let me try it on the SK5's end. See, I used this octave effect, this one right here on this track, and I think that may have been my problem from the start. Let's correct that. Let's correct that immediately. What else do we have going on? We had some filtering happening. we started with this. This was the noise. That's the sound. And that turned into this. Is it a mind-blowing, well thought out, articulate, storytelling type bass line that makes you feel emotions? No. It's 3 dang notes. 1 note played 3 times. 1 note played twice. And then a 3rd note played 1 time. I do enjoy the way it is syncopated with into the drums. Yeah, we also got this noisy sample over here. Let's see what it sounds like. I think that deserves a spot. I want to hear that one backwards. That little, just a little bit off. For my taste, the second one. If it was a little closer, I would love this backwards. Better than forward. That was the secret right there. Play it forwards and backwards at the same time. Digital reverb. Holy smokes. That's an almost 8-second reverb. Let's go. Those noises are in space. Hey, Footbags, did you record this in space? No. Digital reverb. Hey, Footbags, did you record this in some kind of crazy chamber? No. Digital reverb, my friend. It'll cure what ails you. Got a bum knee? Digital reverb. Can't decide what to have for dinner? Digital reverb. We got 1 empty track here. What should we put on it? Filled our weird noise quotient. We got these 2 drum breaks that are just having an absolute time. We got bass noises. We're absolutely awash in digital reverb at the moment. Let's put it on the bass. Let's go crazy. Let's put it on the drums and then turn them back up. Whoa. Friggin' whoa. Holy smokes. It's going crazy. In these Footbags. just listen to this for a hot second. This is what we just tracked. Yeah, it's also being bathed in digital reverb after tape. Post-tape. So, first and foremost, do it better backwards or no? It's softer sounding backwards. It's playing backwards now. It's kind of hard to tell. I had it significantly being kind of chopped and rearranged and glitched out on the way in. I think this is forwards again. It's hard. I know it's hard to tell. It almost seems like the kind of cuts and glicks and glitches going forwards they seem a little more abrupt. And playing backwards, they're a little, it's just kind of a rounder overall sound. A little smoother. The cuts are like, because it's playing backwards, anywhere where it would cut off forwards is just like an immediate transient to it playing forwards, to which it would have a more natural ending sound. Put it all together, and what do you got? Complementary bits to the drums and the bass. This one we just recorded, and then the other one with the little blips. Footbags. so close to upstate New York from the city I live in. You can actually take you got to take 2 ferries and drive across a small island. But there's a border crossing that's literally the customs house is this little like hut that sometimes there's a dude in, and he's like, "Hey, where are you off to there, bud?" So if you ever need to cross the border into Canada, it's like the spot. Minimal wait times. Minimal. Well, I'm assuming still it's been a while since I've gone that way, but easy breezy compared to the ones with like 14 lines you gotta stand in and rip your car to pieces. There you go. That's what's up. Whoop whoop. Upstate New York. Is there a thriving Juggalo population in upstate New York? I can see it being a spot, maybe. Probably some in Buffalo. I think you're absolutely right. Footbags. Let's bring it down to half volume. Let's keep this backing track going. I feel like we filled all the loops on the looper. We got some extra sprinkles on the Chaos pad. 2 solid parts to switch back and forth between, and turn them both off and break it the hell down. That's like a 3rd part. Turn everything off. I think this is a good spot to hit save. In fact, I'm gonna do that now before I just do something dumb and it's gone forever to the land of wind and ghosts. In the depths. My name has been Footbags. My name currently is Footbags, and for the foreseeable future, my name will continue to be Footbags. This is live from the depths, number 122. It's a good number of depths is to have under the belt. I like this. I'm feeling this new format of pick a beat to kind of listen to and pick apart a bit before we dive into this Chud Life beat creation. So next week, I'll have to pick something else. I didn't really have, I don't got anything specific in mind. But we'll find something. And it'll be great. We'll listen to it and we'll be like, this is why this is rad. Oh look, we got credits rolling on the wall behind me. This is perfect timing to wrap up these depths. This one in specifics. Gee, I'm glad you dropped by, Dewey Drop. I'm glad you're checking out this nasty business. Back like about a year ago, we used to always play a game where I would pick like a B-list celebrity that I would want to rap on whatever I made. Shut up, dog. I think this one, not necessarily B-list actor, but somebody from a movie or TV show. And for this one in particular, I would like to see Willem Dafoe. I can picture his rap style just kind of being weird and quirky. I think, I don't know, he'd do something. He would do something off the chain, and the world would be better for it. It would probably be a good idea to pick the subject matter he drops sick bars about too, because I wouldn't want to leave that up to him. Give him a nudge, anyways. Be like, go in this direction. Rap about how good you are at rapping, and not much else. on that note, I'm going to go Footbags off into the night real quick. I hope the week ahead is absolutely stupendous and there are just no bees at all in your roof. Right back at you, Dewey Drop. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out. Come back on Tuesday, 7 p.m. for the Zinzerner Music Hour with P.T. Burnham, right here on this Cold Rhymes Twitch, and I'll be back next Sunday. We'll do it all over again. We'll talk about a beat and we'll make some just sludgy crap. It'll be fantastic. And until then, peace and humptiness forever.